Good morning, Jr.6. Hope that you're doing well. Okay, today we're gonna answer weekend sheet 7. Okay, as I told you before, the first question that you usually find is the reading comprehension. Before we answer the reading comprehension, Jr.6, we have to read the questions that we have in order to have a hint about what's the text about. Okay, now the first question: how many stages of life does a butterfly go through? Which of the following isn't true? And then, why does the butterfly shed its skin? And then, what is the second stage of life for a butterfly? What is the third stage of life for a butterfly? Okay, now let's go through the text in order to read and know what's the text about. Butterflies. Butterflies are some of the most interesting insects on the planet Earth. There are more than 17,000 different kinds of butterflies. Butterflies come in all shapes and sizes. Butterflies go through 4 main stages of life. The first stage is the egg stage, followed by the larva stage. As a larva or caterpillar, the future butterfly eats as much as possible. As it grows, it sheds its outer skin. This may happen 4 or 5 times. After a few weeks, the caterpillar enters the next stage of its life, the chrysalis stage. In the chrysalis, the caterpillar will liquefy into a soup of living cells. Then it will reorganize into a butterfly and the metamorphosis is complete. In later parts of the chrysalis stage, you can see the forming butterfly through the chrysalis. Now, when the butterfly emerges from the chrysalis, it pumps its wings to send blood through them so that it can fly. Most butterflies only live a couple of weeks, just enough time to drink flower nectar and to mate. Some, like the monarch butterfly, however, may live many months. Okay, then the first question says, how many stages of life does a butterfly go through? So it's gonna be, the answer is here. We have to refer to the text. Butterflies are interesting insects which go through 4 main stages of life. The second question, which of the following isn't true? We have to read the 4 sentences carefully in order to check which one is true and which one is not. Okay, so if we go through the 4 sentences, you'll find the first sentence, which is incorrect. Butterflies must wait until blood drains into their wings before flying. This is incorrect because drains here means that there is no blood in their wings, okay? And they have to pump it in order to let the blood go through the wings. So the first choice is incorrect. Then, in what stage does the metamorphosis happen? In the chrysalis stage. Which is true? The first 3 sentences are true. Then, why does the butterfly shed its wings? Because it's growing. Okay, how did I find it? You'll find it here in the text. As a larva or caterpillar, the future butterfly eats as much as possible. As it grows, it sheds its outer skin. So it sheds the skin or the outer skin because it's growing. Then, following question says, why does the butterfly shed its skin? It's growing. We answer this. What is the second stage of life for a butterfly? Let's refer to the text back. So it says here, the first stage is the egg stage, followed by the larva stage. So the second stage is larva, okay? Then, so we're going to circle larva. All right, the second stage is larva, okay? What is the third stage of life for a butterfly? We have to refer back to the text, okay? Then, this may happen 4 or 5 times. After a few weeks, the caterpillar enters the next stage of its life, the chrysalis stage. So the third stage is the chrysalis stage. Do you like butterflies? Why or why not? This is opinion question. But whatever opinion you're gonna write, you have to support it, okay? You have to tell me why do you like it and why don't you like it. Find from the text. To nouns, you've got plenty of nouns. You have, for example, wings. You have, for example, the word kinds. You have butterflies. You have shapes, sizes. Then two adjectives, I have the word interesting here. The first one is the word interesting, and you have the second adjective different, okay? Then the last question, what does the underlined pronoun it refer to? It says here, as it grows. What grows, Junior 6? The caterpillar, so it refers to the caterpillar. Then, let's move to the vocabulary report. Before answering the vocabulary question, I have to ask myself about the meaning of each word. Then I have to complete the question with the suitable word. In case I'm not sure about what word suits in the space, leave it till the end and then check which one suits which place. Okay, let's recap on their meanings. I have the first one, rely on. When you rely on, you depend on. Sufficient means enough. Orchards means a kind of tree which gives fruits. Picturesque, impressive. Urban, any place that is related to the city. Greenery, all the plants. Rural, any place that is related to the countryside. In the sticks, a remote area. Privilege, to have advantages that the other don't have. Facilities means all the things that you need in a place such as schools and so on. Tough means harsh. Give a lift means to drive someone somewhere. Doom and gloom means hopeless situation. Tooth and nail means that you work very hard. Hustle and bustle means a noisy place. District means an area. Okay. Living what isn't quite easy as some people imagine. Living in the sticks. Okay. I was totally impressed by the what? View of the sunset. Picturesque. We offered to space him as he couldn't find any buses. We offered to give him a lift. You shouldn't your parents all the time. You shouldn't rely on your parents. All of people don't prefer living in the city as it's all hustle and bustle. Helps reduce air pollution. Greenery. Okay. Then areas are related to the city, it's urban. We move to another house because the what that we used to live in doesn't have a lot of, because the district that we used to live in doesn't have a lot of facilities. We're working tooth and nail to fix the electricity problem. The garden was full of fruitful orchards. The peace and quiet of the what? The rural areas. Times help. Tough times help you to grow up and have a life experience. It isn't all doom and gloom. Did you make sure you had the what? The sufficient equipment for the journey. Then Junior 6, the grammar question. Why does Space so puzzled? Why does he look? Okay. I want a new instructor this afternoon. I'm seeing, because here it means you meet someone. The Hollywood actress at the local theater this Friday, a keyword of the present continuous. So is starring. Do you realize, or are you realizing what time it is? Do you realize? With space of planning a visit to the archaeological site next summer, we're thinking of. Is the child appearing, or does the child appear sad? It should be, does the child appear, because here it means seen. Computer games yet. Yet is a keyword of the present perfect. So have you played? Don't worry, with space for an ambulance. We've just phoned. To North America, Oliver has been. Okay. To know, this is a question, so I have to say, has Oliver ever been? The residents about noise for a long time. The residents have complained. Okay, Junior 6. Then I spaced my driving test, yet I haven't passed. The dialect, that's true. We have to read it as a whole, as I told you before. That's true. I've been completely busy for a long time. Then my mother had an accident. Then she's been in the hospital for over a month. The doctors said she needs some time before she recovers. So I'm gonna say here at the beginning, that's true. I've been completely busy for a long time. So I'm gonna say, for example, I've been calling you for many times, but you didn't answer. So he's gonna say, that's true. I've been completely busy for a long time. My mother had an accident. Okay, why were you busy? Okay, or what's wrong or what happened? She's been in the hospital for over a month. How long has she been in the hospital? The doctor said she needs some time before she recovers completely. What did the doctors say, or what's her condition? And the end, I'm gonna say speedy recovery. Why did Louis' father decide to put Philip in prison? Because he thought that to have two sons on the throne, it would be something dangerous and this may cause conflict. So he removed one and kept one in prison. Okay. What did King Louis ask D'Artagnan to do? He asked him to bring the heads of the traitors on a plate as soon as possible. Okay, then you're a dark horse, always the king's man. Well, I have to admire it. I have to admire you for it, but I will get the truth out of you before the day is out. Okay, so we're gonna say this quotation was said by This quotation was said by Colbert, okay, the Fouquet's chief advisor, to D'Artagnan in the garden at the court, okay, while Colbert was talking to Anna of Austria, okay. He told him so, Colbert told D'Artagnan so, because he wanted to know what was happening in the king's room between Fouquet and D'Artagnan. This shows that Colbert is a very curious person. Despite this, D'Artagnan didn't tell him anything, which shows that he was a very honest and secretive person who didn't let the secrets out. Okay, thanks so much, and I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson.